guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Top 10 Places to Visit in Italy, Travel Guide. I think Italy has a lot of beautiful landscapes, although I think maybe, I don't know if this is just me, but I think they're more known for either the big cities as in Rome or Milan probably, and sort of the, I don't know, maybe the southern coast. I think it's in the south, I don't know, the Italian coast, the Amalfi Coast. But I do not know much beyond it, and I have no idea where exactly all those cities are located. So I'm excited. Let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I spent the last few summers exploring the wonderful country of Italy, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my Italy top 10.
This blue doesn't even look real.
Italy has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. It's home to some of the world's most fascinating history, stunning towns, and pure Mediterranean vibes. From the jagged peaks of the Dolomites to the jaw-dropping coast of Sardinia, Italy has it all. Let's start this video off at the incredible Amalfi Coast. I have to say, this is one of the most beautiful places, not just in Italy, but in the world. All of Europe. The Amalfi Coast is located in...
I would say in the world, not even Europe. I would move there in a heartbeat. That's all I'll say.
Southern Italy, about a 3-hour drive from Rome. It's just hard to believe this place exists. Now, one of the most well-known towns on the Amalfi Coast is Positano. I mean, when you see this place in real life, you won't believe it. It's hard to beat the backdrop.
Imagine one of those houses. It's crazy. Imagine this being your view every single day of your life.
Up of the mountains filled with colorful villas against the Mediterranean Sea filled with boats and yachts. If you can handle the skinny roads, I definitely recommend just driving along the whole entire coastline and seeing all the beautiful towns.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't thought about driving, but yeah, that's a challenge.
One notable place on the coast is the city of Atrani. It's one of the best preserved medieval towns on the Amalfi Coast. If you want a more adventurous...
Hard to imagine a medieval town in the middle of this, just because it looks kind of sort of 20th century to me. But yeah, of course, it was in the Middle Ages. Of course, people lived there.
Activity. You can take a hike on the Path of the Gods. Special thanks to my friend Logan Armstrong for helping me out with
the Path of the Gods. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
He has an awesome vlog of the Amalfi Coast that I'll link in the description below. Anyways, the Path of the Gods is a 6-kilometer trail that takes you above the cliffs of the coast. You will get some of the most jaw-dropping views. I mean, just unreal. Now, the best time to visit the Amalfi Coast is around May or early fall. You'll be able to miss the summer crowds while still enjoying the warm Mediterranean weather. Now, just off the coast,
I would assume it's warm all year round, but I have no idea.
There's an incredible island called Capri. Now, to get to Capri, you can take a 45-minute ferry from Naples for around 20 euros. Now, one of my favorite features of the island is the Faraglioni. It's an impressive sea stack that juts out of the island. There's this little archway. If you're sandy, you can drive a boat through. When you do go to Capri, I definitely recommend renting a boat. That'll be the best way you can see the entire island and find all its hidden grottos and just jaw-dropping coastline. Now,
I agree. I'll just have to learn how to drive the boat, but yeah, teach me and I'll rent it.
After Capri and the Amalfi Coast, we're going to head up to northern Italy to visit the Dolomites. I spent several weeks exploring the Dolomites, and I consider it to be some of the greatest days of my life. One of my favorite places in the Dolomites is Seceta. The green grass slopes contrasted with the jagged mountain ridge makes for one of the most...
Yeah, how do you have something so green? They're in the clouds. This is crazy.
Unbelievable landscape combos in the world. Now, to get to Seceta, I took 2 gondolas up...
It seems you're literally in the clouds. This is crazy.
...the mountain and made it to the top. When I got there, the clouds covered half the mountain, make it for one of the best views I've ever gotten. I mean, places like this just really spark your imagination and make you feel like a kid again. I hope everyone can witness the power of...
I wouldn't even feel like a kid. I think I've been transported into this fantasy land.
Seceta at least once in a life. Now, another magical place nearby is Alpe Susi.
I just said the other was in the clouds. No, this one looks unreal. What on earth is this?
Home to the largest high alpine meadow in Europe. The backdrop of the Sassolunga mountain with the farm huts creates a scene straight out of a dream. Another must-visit place in the Dolomites.
That didn't even look real. I'm struggling to comprehend. What do you mean that place exists?
is Trecimi di Lavaredo. Now I love this place so much. I spent 4 days exploring the area.
It's quite
There's
barren.
just so much to see here. The Dolomites will have a special place in my heart, and I hope you all can visit them one day. Now,
Yeah.
after hiking the Dolomites, we're going to head over to Lake Como. Now, located at the base of the Alps, Lake Como is a sight to see. The lake is shaped like an upside down letter Y, and it's known for its picturesque scenery
I thought it was sort of a person with 2 legs.
and luxury villas. Lake Como has been named one of the world's most beautiful lakes, and I totally understand why. Now, when you're
It's
there,
crazy to think this is a lake because there's a lot of ocean there.
you can walk the streets of Bellagio or take a ferry to
Technically not the ocean water, but it's just very big.
the other lakeside villages. Celebrities such as George Clooney have villas here. I mean, hey, if I had the money, I'd probably buy one too. After
Who
Lake
wouldn't?
Como, we're gonna head to the coast to visit Cinque Terre. Now, Cinque Terre is made up of 5 seaside villages that date back to medieval times. The
That's
small
crazy.
fishing villages have lined the coast for thousands of years. During the Middle
Wow.
Ages, the villages started to be attacked
It's beautiful, but kind of scary to be that close to the water.
from pirates, so fortifying walls were built to protect them from any future raids. Now, the
Yeah, we don't have pirates these days, but wow, this is very, I don't know, it'd be kind of scary. Nature can be scary.
small town of Vernazza is one of my favorites. It has the
I love that. I know if that's a hotel, but it's literally near the water. It's just in the water. I don't know. It's stunning.
only natural port of Cinque Terre. It remains
What's
one of the
port?
truest fishing villages on the Italian Riviera. And I just can't get over these colorful houses and beauty of these cities. It's just hard to beat the charm of these Italian villages. After
Yes.
Cinque Terre, we're going to head to the second largest island in the Mediterranean, Sardinia, with some of Europe's
This-
vast coastline,
Yes.
pristine beaches, and the
That blue, I don't think you can find that kind of blue anywhere else in the world.
clearest water I've ever seen. Sardinia is the place you gotta go. Now, one of the most impressive spots on Sardinia is the Amalfi Coast. It's 40 kilometers of coastline that's made up of massive limestone cliffs
They're
and
so white.
secluded beaches. Now,
Mm,
special thanks to
limestone.
my friend, the Drone Book, for helping out with footage. He has one of the best
Is
videos
that a beach? Because if it is a beach, oh my god, incredible. It's just white sand beach. Incredible.
on Sardinia, and I'll link it in the description below. There's so many great places in it. Now, the Amalfi Coast isn't the easiest
The water is so clear. You can literally see everything that's underneath. That's insane to me.
place to reach. Most places require a hike or a boat ride, so if you do go,
But it's worth it.
definitely recommend renting a boat so you can see
Yes.
all the coast. Now, one of my favorite places is Cala Gororite. It has this insane rock formation coupled with crystal clear water. I mean, I would just do anything to be
kayaking?
cruising on a boat there right now. I mean, it's just a freaking paradise there. Now, after
gorgeous.
Sardinia, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit Italy's capital of Rome. Now, Rome may be one of the most famous and iconic capitals in the world. Its history spans over 28 centuries, with its founding taking place in 700
To have a city that's so old, it's just, to me, it's just my mind cannot even, no, I can't even imagine. It's way too old.
153 BC. Ancient Rome's architecture stands today and draws millions of tourists each year. One of the most well-known structures of the capital is the Colosseum. It's this oval-shaped amphitheater that was completed in 80 AD. It was the largest amphitheater built.
It's a miracle that this thing still stands. I think that's just, that's just no other way to put it. It's a miracle.
Could hold anywhere from 50 to 80,000 spectators. You can just marvel its structure from the outside or take a guided tour to witness the interior. One of my favorite attractions is the Trevi
You can visit the interior. I had no idea. Okay.
Fountain. It's a Baroque styled fountain that was built in 1762. I mean, there's just so much to see in Rome. I hope you can all visit it one day.
It's sort of you're being marveled by so much beauty, I think. It's just anywhere you look, it's just something beautiful.
After Rome, we're going to head south to visit the region of Puglia. Now, located on the boot hill of Italy, Puglia is a region
Puglia.
famous for its whitewashed towns and
Everything's
magnificent
white.
coastline. One of my favorite places in Puglia
wow.
is Pugliano a Mare. It's a stunning town right on the Adriatic coast.
It's crazy how flat everything looks, and it's just all flat and just white buildings. This is wow.
What I love about it is how the city is built right on the sea cliffs. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just on there so perfectly that it looks like they're gonna fall off. There's some restaurants built into the caves.
Hopefully they're not going to fall off, but yeah, that I think it can be quite scary to looking at if you look down the window.
On the sea cliffs. I mean, just such a cool spot. One of the most famous places in the city is Cala Porto. It's probably the most recognized place in all of Puglia. It's a stunning
beach?
beach that's surrounded by
Oh.
cliffs, coupled with crystal clear Mediterranean water. I mean, just pure paradise there.
It's kind of crazy how small it looks. I don't know, maybe it was because they're very far away, but it looks kind of small.
Afterwards, we're going to head to the island of Sicily. Now, Sicily is the largest island in the Mediterranean. It's just full of culture and fascinating history. One of the most impressive places on the island is the Valley of the Temples.
Oh my god,
located in the town of Agrigento. It's one of the world's most stunning examples of Greek architecture. There were 7 temples built here by the Greeks in the 5th century BC. Unfortunately, they were burnt down by the Carthaginians, but rebuilt by the Romans 4 centuries later. One of the most well-preserved is the
thing it's so incredibly old. It's just, it was burned down, then rebuilt, and then we have this, and it's still incredibly old. This is crazy. No other place in the world you get this.
Temple of Concordia. It features the classic Greek pillars. I mean, it just makes you wonder what this must have looked like when it was first built. While we're still in Sicily, we're going to head over to the city of Catania. What's crazy about Catania is that it lies at the base of the massive Mount Etna volcano, which is 3,326 meters tall. It's one of the world's most active volcanoes. I'm just wild to see the ash shooting out the top. I mean, what a crazy yet beautiful city. Afterwards, we're gonna head up
kind of terrifying though.
North to the incredible region of Tuscany. Now located in central Italy, Tuscany is known for its landscapes, history, and artistic legacy. I mean, I've been obsessed with Tuscany ever since I've seen The Gladiator. It's a land full of rolling golden hills dotted with countless little hilltop towns. I mean, it'd just be so cool to retire here and live on a Tuscan farm. One of my favorite cities.
Retire? I want to move there right now.
In Tuscany is San Gimignano. Now, San Gimignano is a stunning medieval city perched upon a hill. One of the most iconic features of the city is the medieval watchtowers. Currently, there are 14 watchtowers still standing, but during its prime, there were over 72 towers, with the highest being 230 feet tall. The towers were built as a result of competing families who wanted to build the tallest and most grand tower. I can't imagine how it must have looked like back then. I guess you could say it was...
Okay, that's hilarious. It was just feuding families. Tell us all this time, I think, in Europe, in those old villages.
The Manhattan of the Middle Ages. San Gimignano's medieval vibe has been untouched throughout time and has become one of the most popular medieval locations in all Italy. After San Gimignano, we're going to head to the capital of Tuscany to visit the iconic city of Florence. I have to say that Florence is my favorite city in all Italy. It's considered to be the birthplace of the Renaissance. One of the most impressive buildings is the Florence Cathedral. When you look at it, you just can't believe how big it is. It was completed in
Were there people in the top? I didn't know you can sort of climb to the top.
36, and it just amazes me that they were able to engineer such a big dome back then. The Ponte Vecchio Bridge is another historic site as it crosses the Arno River. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Florence. It's such an incredible city. Well, that is it for my Italy top 10. I mean, there's just so many places in Italy. I could do a top 100 list.
That looks like a terrifying place. It's straight out of a fantasy film.
Hopefully, I can spend some time there this summer. So be expecting a part 2. Let me know.
What was that? Was that a church in the middle of a mountain?
Know where your favorite place in Italy is in the comments below. I also start a relaxation channel where I post hour-long films with calming music to bring some peace and nature in your life. I just posted a relaxation film on Italy and it's one of my favorites. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at shirley.films. It's Ryan and we will see you later.
Wow, I can only say, wow, this was incredible. I'm sort of speechless. I think there are so many things. Where do I start? I don't know. It would take you, I think you can sort of explore. Like, I'm gonna go explore Italy for, I don't know, months, 6 months, probably a year, and you still wouldn't sort of get to every single little place just because it's so incredibly beautiful. It has so many incredible places that I don't think it's feasible for you to say, oh yes, I'm going to take, if you can't even take a year to sort of explore this, how are you even, I don't know, it would be crazy to think, oh, I'm going to take a vacation and I don't know, a month-long vacation to see sort of the wonders Italy has to offer. Yeah, of course you're going to be able to get to some beautiful places, but it's impossible. I think it would be impossible to just sort of take a look at everything and experience everything. I think even for Italians, I think it's got to be hard just because they have so many incredible things that it's just, no, of course not. Yeah, it's like he said, you just kind of have to retire and spend years sort of traveling through Italy to kind of get to the bottom of, okay, I think I just experienced sort of the most beautiful, I think, place just after traveling, I don't know, for years at a time, because it's just incredible how gorgeous everything is. I'm just sort of, I don't know, my brain sort of short circuits because it's just incredibly beautiful. I think one of the things, there was a lot of beautiful sort of landscapes and cities, but I think maybe shocked by how much nature everything, because again, all of those clips were just, again, and I know there were little villages and cities, but they were kind of small. And I think the beauty, of course, the beauty also comes, is just a combination of both sort of the natural sort of landscape that was already there. You either have the mountains, the rolling hills, the ocean, the lakes, and the mountains as well. But it's sort of that coupled with, of course, a little village that humans build, yes. But I think it's more about, it's all synchronized, and obviously it's all perfect. And yes, it comes along to creating this incredibly beautiful thing. But I think most of the emphasis, I think, was put on, again, just sort of things that were already there. I don't think humans sort of went and created things on top. Then most of the things are just beautiful. Even if we didn't have sort of those villages, it still would be a beautiful and an incredible place. But I think only the actual two, I think, big cities that we saw in this video, I think, was just Florence and I think Rome. Again, as in, I know the others were sort of, yes, it's just ruins and stuff, but I think the actual sort of cities is Rome and Florence. I think Rome, yes, of course, it's the capital. Everyone wants to go there. You have the Colosseum, which, of course, massive, incredible, beautiful. Yeah, the Fontana. Yes, I think it's very pretty. I'm not saying it isn't. However, I think I kind of agree with him. Yes, after seeing all those clips of Florence, I think I would prefer as well. I think Florence, I think, is just prettier than Rome. I don't know if this is, I don't know, is this kind of crazy for me to say? I don't know. I just think right now, yes, if you ask me right now, hey, which one's better, or what should I visit, Rome or Florence? I'd visit Florence. I think in a heartbeat. I think it's just more, I don't know if beautiful is the right term, because obviously Rome is incredibly beautiful as well. So I don't know if it would be that appropriate to say, yes, one's better or one's more beautiful than the other, one's prettier than the other. But I don't know, I think Florence is just a very particular charm that it has. I think, yeah, everything looks so sort of, I don't know if old, because of course Rome also has a lot of things that look older and classical. But I think Florence just has something very special. I think it just looks very, maybe artistic. I think it looks very awe-inspiring sort of buildings. And you feel like you're, again, being transported into this, I don't know, not medieval, but yet to the Renaissance period, the beauty of, I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but I think, yes, Florence, I think, has definitely something special. And I don't know, between the two of them, I think, yeah, maybe crazy thing for me to say, but I think I prefer Florence. If you are sort of, I don't really have time to go and explore both of them, go visit Florence. And yes, of course, Rome, you're going to miss out on the Colosseum. But yeah, but you'll get so many things by visiting Florence that I don't think you're going to be, it's not a bad deal at all. The others that I think you would, I mean, yeah, of course, if you have time, yeah, of course, visit everything. But I think all those Tuscany, I think, yes, it's such a gorgeous place. It doesn't look, I don't know, if you can come up with things in your imagination, I don't think your imagination can never do the real thing justice. I'll put it that way, because it's just so incredibly beautiful. And it just has so beautiful, this rolling hills, those landscapes, those fields that I wouldn't dream of imagining on something like this, because my brain wouldn't be able to conjure up this. And no, the real thing is better than what you can come up and what your brain can come up with. It's beautiful. He mentioned, it would be great to sort of retire there. I don't know. I wouldn't move there right now. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't really know enough about life in Tuscany to be, yeah, sure, I'll pack my bags and move tomorrow. But I think maybe, I don't know if they live more of a rural kind of lifestyle. I do not know. It seems to be the case, but appearances can be deceiving. So yeah, maybe that's just me saying this. I don't know if in real life I would actually do it if I think about this. Well, there's a reason why I think a lot of people want to retire there. And it's probably because it's more sort of a quiet lifestyle, and there's just, again, a more rural situation. And again, you're gonna have to be chill, just because not a lot of things happen there, and it's just a very relaxed, I think, kind of lifestyle. So maybe, okay, I'm maybe gonna have to think about it twice before saying, yes, sure, I'll move there tomorrow. Well, no, maybe I should definitely look how life is there. But I think, yes, just looking at how visually appealing it is, yes, sure, I don't want to retire, I don't want to wait. I'm gonna move there. The other thing that it was incredible. I think I think Sicily. No, it wasn't Sicily. It was all the Valley of the Temples. I think they must do sort of tour guides so you could visit all the temples. It's kind of crazy. It was more sort of Greek built. The Greeks I think built this, not as specifically the Italians. And I know there's a lot of overlap between the Greeks and the Italians, of course. But I think there's, I don't know, I would love to visit those ruins. I don't know if you call it ruins because one of them, but a few of them looked kind of whole. They look quite complete. I know, well, maybe a chunk of the of the actual what would be the roof is missing. But again, it's something that's so incredibly old that, well, it's a miracle that the thing still stands. So again, it's incredible. I would like to see a recreation and how was it when the thing was, in all this glory? Was it painted? Do they even had paint back in those days? I'm guessing white, but maybe it wasn't white. I don't know. We'd love to know if they maybe had sort of murals and sort of stuff painted stuff in there. I don't know. Would like to know more about it, and still, I think it would make for a kind of good sort of trip to just sort of visit all those temples. And the same with the towers. I think it was really funny. I can't remember. I think it was in Tuscany, but the whole they had a bunch of towers, all those towers, and they had 740 or something. I know they had a bunch of them, but it's just. Oh, it was Vietnamese families that were fighting over, oh, I'm going to have the highest tower in this town. And then the other family was, no. Think twice about this. I'm going to build this. It's sort of funny. I don't know. We'd love to know if there's still those families exist in this day and age, and if they have sort of descendants, and if they still live there, or maybe they don't, because again, it was so incredibly, I don't know how old this was, but I think it was medieval times. And yeah, of course, a lot of time has passed, so probably the families don't live there anymore. But it would be great, I think. Yeah, can you sort of contact the descendants of those feuding families to see, okay, when, I don't know, tell me more about your family history and when exactly did people sort of left this town, or maybe to my surprise, maybe they're still living there. I think would be the most miraculous and surprising thing about this would be this, but I would love to know the whole history of it. And of course, the Amalfi Coast. I mean, all the part of the Mediterranean, the Adriatic Sea, I think is just incredibly beautiful. All those beaches, although I don't think it's just beaches in particular. I think, yeah, it would be good, like he said, not grab any boat, rent a boat, or ask, someone that owns a boat, and can you lend me your boat? Someone could grab the boat. Obviously, you're not gonna steal it, but just grab it and just swim on those, because I'm imagining something about like a yacht. And yeah, if you have a yacht and you can just sort of, just jump and swim in there, because all the water looks so incredibly inviting. So it's not specifically a thing about a beach. It's more about the water, how blue and how gorgeous it is, that you just kind of want to swim there. Maybe that's just me. I just want to swim in there. I don't care about the beach. I just care about the ocean, because it's so incredibly beautiful that, yeah, of course, it's. And also talking about retirement, I also would. I wouldn't retire. I would move there as well. Everything is so incredibly beautiful. The water is so incredibly blue and turquoise. And it's funny because between all those different clips and all those different places, some of them I think had incredibly, in the Amalfi Coast, I think they had this incredibly clear blue water. It looked incredibly bright and turquoise, but once you sort of took a peek down, it's always very transparent. The water is very clear. But then there are other places. I think it was in the opposite sort of side thing of Puglia. The water sort of looked different. I can't explain it, but yeah, the water and the shade of the water was different. I think it was sort of a deeper kind of blue, and it wasn't that transparent. It doesn't make it less beautiful. It was equally beautiful. But I think it's kind of crazy how you can really do see how, look at the ocean. It's even different, I think, depending on where you are in the different cities, and obviously their location in whatever ocean. But it's kind of crazy that you can really do see sort of the water and how different the water is. I love that. It's just, it's incredibly beautiful. And of course, all those towns and all those little villages are very charming. And the place that I think was probably most surprising to me, at least, because I wasn't expecting parts of Italy to look like this, and I know parts of it are sort of, they're in the Alps, but I don't know, the Alpi di Siusi, I think it was called. I don't know, those places they look insane and gorgeous. The Dolomites, all of those mountains and all of those, I think, were sort of little towns or places that are located in those mountains. there, I mean, don't have words. I wasn't expecting something like this to look into something like this in Italy to be in that particular way, because I'm expecting something different, I think, when it comes to landscapes. But still incredible. And the fact that you have all these clouds and you can go and the clouds are kind of there and you feel like I'm literally in the I don't know, I'm in the sky. I think it's incredible. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but how come this places they're not more known? I think we should spread the gospel and be, have you heard about this place? I don't know. Maybe that's just me and me living under a rock. But I don't know. I think we should spread the gospel, or maybe not, because maybe people are tourists kind of go there and maybe they kind of humans kind of start ruining everything. So maybe it should be kept as a well-kept secret, if it is indeed a secret. But this was incredible, and that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!